Yo, it's me, Manga Master Menz. Doing my first live stream on YouTube in a hot minute. My first live stream on anything in a hot minute. And I don't know, just been doing a lot of uh internal, I guess, like thinking and stuff like that in terms of like, okay, like, um, if I start doing live streams again, how am I gonna approach it? How am I gonna do it? And whatever. And ooh, I'm actually gonna try to go ahead and start putting something down on the paper. Um, I'm using my flip phone, and thankfully, since since I'm using a flip phone, I can kind of go ahead and like just prop up my phone in a certain way that it's like, okay, like it's still, I guess, like as good of an angle as we're gonna get, and it's not, I guess, like a terrible viewing experience for anyone who stops by. But yeah, like I don't know, I was just like doing a lot of like internal thinking and stuff like that, cause like you know, I I changed quite a bit how I do my YouTube videos, partially because it's like like before I was trying to make sure that like my videos had editing and of some sort or whatever, and most of my editing consisted of like, hey, title slide, and then if it wasn't the title slide, it was okay. um yeah, if it wasn't the title slide, it was like like just like little like overlays and stuff like that to kind of like like at least give people that reminder like, hey, let's subscribe if you enjoy what you see. um and it's not to say that like I don't ever want to do stuff like that, but I think just overall I realized like that I was holding myself back by feeling as if that like is just like a heavy requirement for me to like go ahead and post. All right, buddy, go get it. Don't worry, I'll get it. No, not my hand. Get it, buddy. Um, um, yeah, like I was just thinking it was gonna be like a heavy requirement for me to be able to post just anything, period. And I just started to learn over time that it wasn't really necessary, and it was just like, you know what, like I just want to go ahead and just create whatever. And especially just like because for me, also thanks for everyone that's anyone that's joined so far. I really appreciate it. I'm just kind of like laying the groundwork for this Sharpie drawing of Spider-Man. Usually when I do live streams, I typically like, yo, hey, what's up? Typically like when I do like live streams and stuff like that, I like to kind of thank you. Um, I try to use Sharpie just because um it makes it so that way uh sorry about my dog in the background. But yeah, it makes it so that way it's like, okay, like it's not like me only having to draw and then get to the inking part and stuff. Like it's like, okay, like it's just like it's very much doing pretty good. But yeah, just I try to do it Sharpie style. So that way it's like it's a faster process for those that are watching. But yeah, I wanted to do Spider-Man just because it was like, hey, the movie's coming out and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I can show him real quick. That's my dog Oreo. He's a very big talker. He loves this. Always throwing out his doggy opinion to the world. But yeah, doing Spider-Man. And as I was, I guess, like saying earlier and stuff like that, like I just kind of like realized over time, especially like just from any of like the YouTubers that like I um, really enjoy watching. Give me 1 second. For a lot of like the YouTubers, thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for the subscribe. But yeah, like I just kind of like realized over time, like from any of like the YouTubers that like, especially like from like the sketch, like or short form like sketch comedy type stuff on YouTube, I realized it's like, you know, like a lot of them is like because like the main draw of like what it is that they do is really just like their comedy and stuff like that. How it is that they're able to go ahead and, you know, whoo, how it is that they're able to go ahead and you utilize the limited amount of stuff that they have to still make like a really funny joke. Like Tony, oh my god, I'm gonna butcher his last name. Statovici. If I ever meet him, now I'm just gonna feel crappy because I messed up his last name. Um, but yeah, just like, you know, like he's like a perfect example of like, you know, like again using like the limited stuff that he has around him, but it's like that's what makes his videos awesome. It's the fact that it's like he just uses whatever he has around and then is able to kind of make these funny, hilarious scenarios. But yeah, I just started to realize that that was kind of like, you know, like my gonna be like also kind of like my approach to things, where it's like I'm really just gonna try to just focus mainly on just like putting out art and just being consistent. Because when I was like kind of just trying super hard and stuff to go ahead and have like all the bells and whistles of like a YouTube video and whatever, it was like just doing me more doing me less favors, and I guess you could say more harm than good, you know. And I was like, you know, like yeah, like I would always like kind of like be envious somewhat. I'm like, man, I want to put out more stuff. Um I want to like, you know, like have more content out and such. And you know, now this is kind of like gonna be my way of doing that. Granted, I'm not sure like how frequently I'll be able to like how frequently I'll be able to go ahead and like live stream. Live streams are probably gonna be something that's gonna be more periodic. I'm really honestly just probably gonna focus more so on putting out, you know, like my short little 5 minute parts to like my drawing videos and stuff, because it's like um that's more sustainable for me, and also like just I feel like it's gonna give me less burnout and stuff, just to like do like pre-recorded videos, instead of trying super hard to, you know, constantly always stream, you know, because I still got a day job, so it's just like I like, you know, I want to be like realistic with myself and such, you know. um got that going. So far so good. Like, but yeah, videos are gonna be more of my thing. And I think right now, like I think some of my most recent videos that I finished were my drawing of Wang Ting from Power Stone. and stuff. That's one of the ones that I finished recently, and one of the ones I'm working on most recently right now is now that we're kind of done throwing down some Sharpie, just gonna go ahead and try to get some color down. Um, but yeah, I think the one I'm working on right now is Danny Phantom. Like I'm kind of doing like my own take, my own twist on drawing him because I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do like a one-to-one. I feel like that one, like, there's gonna be some drawings for like my drawing videos that are gonna be exactly that, but I don't know. Like, I feel like with some ones or some of the drawings that I do or whatever, it's like I want it to be like, like my own take and stuff. And for that one of my more recent ones, that's kind of like, you know, the direction I'm going with it and stuff. Um, but yeah, also the other thing for anyone, I guess it's like new and just kind of like, coming across my channel and stuff. I also do like chibi interpretations of like characters. Like I've done a few so far, and like those have also been something I've posted on TikTok and whatever. And I've done Superman, Sonic, Tails, Inuyasha was one of the chibi drawings that I did, um, and such. And I have a bunch more that I'm gonna be working on because I also kind of want to take it as like, you know, per request, per like, what people like are throwing in the comments. Like, will kind of also dictate who it is that I draw next, like in chibi style, Um, and yeah, like that's something I'm putting out more of. I know like I'm gonna be trying to do some in relation to some of the more recent um drawing videos, which I've just kind of like put out little 5-minute parts for on my channel, which consists of Wang Tang from Power Stone, and I'm gonna be doing one of probably Danny Phantom soon, just because I'm doing one of him right now, and then I want to do one of Goku because I want to do a drawing video based around that. So I just want to keep that going, as well as eventually getting stuff out for like my own original artwork, because I do make my own superhero manga character called Maximus Boy. Um, yeah, I do make my own superhero manga called Maximus Boy, and that's also one that I'm planning on making a chibi drawing for as well. Um, I actually it kind of will correlate probably with the 100 subscriber video that I've recently started working on in commemoration of like finally hitting 100 subs, which is like a huge like deal for me, just because it's like I think on any of my other socials, I think the only one that's like really um had like a high subscriber count has been Facebook. But I think for me, in terms of just getting more out there as an artist and whatever, it's like I want to like do, or I want to have more, crossover between the platforms that I use and stuff. But Facebook so far has like had the highest amount, and I want like I'm slowly getting there on YouTube. But again, going back to what I was mentioning earlier, it's just like, through the consistency, through just like being a bit more understanding of like, okay, like this is my situation, how can I work best around it to kind of, like go ahead and um make my experience as an artist um easier. Like I don't want to make my life, like a living hell when it comes to, putting stuff out and whatever. And it's like it just comes down to being realistic with myself, realistic with, you know, my own situation, my own circumstances, and so forth. But yeah, just like whoop, super happy to finally break over 100, and definitely gonna keep on keeping at growing here on YouTube. But again, I'm gonna put out definitely gonna be putting out a chibi drawing video for my own original character called Maximus Boy, as well as, like I said, the chibi that I'm probably gonna have to do for for Goku, as well as Wang Tang, because Wang Tang's definitely in the works for sure. Without a doubt. But just gonna do a little bit more purple shading here and there. And you know what? This is not gonna be, I guess, like a crazy, crazy long stream, because at least here on the East Coast, it's like it's just kind of laid out and whatever. But you so I don't want to drag the stream longer than it needs to be. But like I said, I'm definitely gonna be doing more of these. Definitely gonna be doing more drawing live streams. Definitely gonna be at least periodically from time to time trying to do some, as well as, again, like I was mentioning throughout this entire stream, just focusing on just being consistent and stuff. Hope you guys like this Spider-Man drawing. I'm gonna keep this video up after I finish the stream, just because I feel like, yeah, just want to make sure there's content for people to go ahead and watch. And I mean, I don't know. I think my only regret now is, like, I feel like I didn't talk a whole bunch about Spider-Man that much while I was doing this Sharpie drawing. But for sure gonna be, again, probably drawing him sometime relatively soon. But thank you to anyone that came by and watched, even if it was just for a brief second. And thank you for anyone who subscribed. Check out my other Drawing with Manga Master Menz videos. Check out my link tree that's in any of the videos that I post. It's going to take you to all my other socials, and know that there's more content coming on the way from, drawings of other IPs, as well as drawings of my own stuff for my manga called Maximus Boy. And thank you so much for everyone that swung by for this short stream. I appreciate it. Peace.